I'm not familiar to. You'd have to give me the context.
Well, it's right
of that
here.
article,
You want to look at the statement from President
anybody
Trump's
could blow
legal
up
team?
a quote and claim it says something, and that's what you're doing in a little stunt.
Secretary
performing
Hegseth,
right now.
what I'm really concerned about is you purport to have unfaltering loyalty to President Trump, and yet you are continuously going.
You care a lot
I
about
reclaim my
President Trump,
time.
don't you?
You were
This
going
is a
behind
cute
his
waste
back
of your 5
and
minutes.
appointing
A
people.
huge,
I reclaim my
cute
time.
waste of your 5 minutes that
I
led
reclaim
nowhere.
my time.
What just happened in Congress is another perfect example of how political theater in Washington is starting to overshadow serious national security discussions. In a heated hearing, Congressman Jason Crow aggressively grilled Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth over Pentagon advisor Timothy Parlatore, and the exchange quickly turned into one of the most tense moments on Capitol Hill this week. If you support strong leadership, accountability, and America First national defense, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications because we break down the biggest political moments without the mainstream media spin.
Mr. Crow.
Thank you, Chairman. Mr. Secretary, I want to go in a little bit different direction. Timothy Parlatore served as your private attorney, correct?
Correct.
And Mr. Parlatore also served as private attorney for President Trump's campaign, correct?
I'm not privy to every professional position that he's held.
Well, I'll help you out. He did. And you appointed Mr. Parlatore as your senior advisor, correct?
He does reserve duty on behalf of the Navy.
His title is senior
work.
as an advisor. You gave him that title, correct?
And I would count him as very much an advisor of mine.
Yep, he travels with you, correct?
Tim Parlatore has been a long-term friend. He's a great patriot.
He travels
has
with you.
traveled
That's not what
me.
I
He
asked. I
serves the
reclaim my
country,
time.
and
He
he's an
travels
excellent
with you,
military
doesn't he?
lawyer.
He travels with you, doesn't he? Correct? There's public Instagram that shows this. Just say yes.
Yes, of course.
Okay. He sits in meetings with you and advises you, doesn't he?
He sits in some meetings on
Yeah,
occasion.
well, he maintains a desk in an office in the Pentagon, does he not?
I'd have to check.
You don't know?
It's a big Pentagon.
You directly commissioned Mr. Parlatore in the Naval Reserve as a Navy commander in March 2025, did you not?
I was very proud to do so.
And when you did, because he's a Navy Reserve officer, he didn't have to go through the PPO process, the White House Presidential Personnel Office, right? He wasn't vetted by White House PPO.
Uniformed service members don't get vetted by.
The answer is yes. He didn't have to be vetted by White House PPO. He didn't go through the Senate confirmation process either, did he? The answer is no.
I don't know what you're getting to, but Tim is a fantastic.
I'll tell you what I'm
American.
getting to. The
He does
answer is
great
no,
work.
right?
He does great work.
Okay. He didn't maintain a security clearance when you appointed him as special advisor. Is that right?
I'd have to check.
You don't know?
I mean, anybody that has access to sensitive material is going to have the appropriate clearance.
Okay, so when you appointed him as special advisor, he had a security clearance?
You're trying to piece together a timeline.
No, I'm asking
that I
a simple
can't give you
question.
exact
One of your
dates for.
special, most sensitive advisors, did he have a security
No,
clearance?
you're
when you-
playing a gotcha game like you do on TV
I'm
and
asking
everywhere else.
questions.
You're trying to thread together details that
Clearly
are
you're
connected about
concerned.
something else. and-
Clearly you're concerned about my line of questioning, aren't you, Mr. Secretary? Because you know where it's going, don't you? I think you do. So, does Mr. Parlatore represent foreign governments? He has a private law practice, does he not?
From what I understand of his law practice, he does a lot of great work for service members in the military and other.
He maintains a private law practice. Does he represent foreign governments or foreign persons in that private law practice?
I don't know.
You don't know. Somebody who's sitting in your meetings, a special advisor, you don't know. Does he represent any senior officers who are currently under consideration for promotion by you or your office?
The only person that makes determinations about senior officers is me.
Answer the question. Does he represent senior officers who are under consideration for promotion by you?
No, I'm the one that makes decisions about choosing.
Does he
and
represent them,
finding
Mr.
senior
Secretary? Does he
officers. He
represent
doesn't
them?
represent anyone. He's a legal advisor and always has
But
been.
he has clients, does he not?
He's a legal advisor to me on reserve duty, and he always has been, and he does a fantastic
Is it
job.
true that
You're-
Mr.
you're playing a
Parlatore was
losing hand,
removed?
whatever you're
I
trying to
reclaim my
play here.
time. Is it true that Mr. Parlatore was removed from an investigation by the White House last year?
I don't know what you're referring to, but not that I'm aware of.
You're not aware of it. Was it true that you were also removed from that same investigation? The answer is yes.
No, not that I'm aware of.
You're not aware of it. That's interesting. Well, is it true that Mr. Parlatore disparaged President Trump?
I don't know what you're referring to, but no.
Is it true that Mr. Parlatore was accused by President Trump and his lawyers of lying?
What you're accused of is a cute line of questioning that's going nowhere.
Well, it's going somewhere, which is why you're not answering the question. Was it true that he was accused of lying by the president's legal team?
I'm not familiar to. You'd have to give me the context.
Well, it's right
of that
here.
article,
You want to look at
and
the statement from President
Anybody
Trump's
could blow
legal
up
team?
a quote and claim it says something, and that's what you're doing in a little stunt.
Secretary
right
Hegseth,
now.
what I'm really concerned about is you purport to have unfaltering loyalty to President Trump, and yet you are continuously going.
You care a lot
I
about
reclaim my
President Trump,
time.
don't you?
You
This
are going
is a
behind
cute
his
waste
back
of your 5
and
minutes.
appointing
A
people.
huge,
I reclaim my
cute
time.
waste of your 5 minutes that
I
led
reclaim
nowhere.
my time. You are
not pass
repeatedly
go,
going
do not
behind the
collect the
president's
Gentleman
back.
from Colorado's
Failed.
time. Go ahead, Mr. Crow.
You are repeatedly going behind President Trump's back, appointing people who he is accused of lying, who the White House is
Gentleman's
accused of
time's
lying.
expired. The
And you
chair
are
now
not being honest
recognizes
with
the gentlelady
President
from
Trump.
The hearing started with Crow questioning Hegseth about Timothy Parlatore, a longtime legal advisor who previously represented both Hegseth and President Trump's campaign team. Crow's entire strategy was clear from the beginning: create the impression that there was something secretive or improper happening behind the scenes at the Pentagon. Now let's be honest here. Washington is full of advisors, lawyers, consultants, and former officials moving in and out of administrations. That's not unusual. But Crow tried to frame Parlatore's advisory role as some kind of hidden operation inside the Defense Department. Hegseth stayed mostly calm throughout the exchange, repeatedly defending Parlatore as a patriot and trusted advisor. But Crow kept pushing harder, especially over whether Parlatore bypassed certain vetting procedures after being commissioned into the Naval Reserve. This is where the hearing became more political than practical. Instead of focusing on military readiness, recruitment problems, global threats, or America's strategic position overseas, Democrats spent valuable hearing time trying to trap Hegseth into technical gotcha answers about office access, travel schedules, and legal relationships. At one point, Crow demanded direct answers about security clearances and whether Parlatore represented foreign clients through his private law practice. Hegseth pushed back, accusing Crow of playing a media-style gotcha game, and honestly, many Americans watching probably agreed with that assessment. What stood out most was the tone of the exchange. Crow clearly wanted a viral confrontation, while Hegseth tried to avoid stepping into political landmines that could easily be twisted into headlines within minutes. Now, that doesn't mean oversight is unimportant. Americans absolutely deserve transparency inside the Pentagon. Conservatives have always supported accountability in government, especially when it comes to national defense. But there's also a growing frustration across the country with hearings that seem designed more for television clips than serious policy discussion. Another major moment came when Crow suggested Hegseth was surrounding himself with people supposedly distrusted by President Trump's own legal circle. That accusation clearly irritated Hegseth, who fired back by calling the questioning a waste of time. And this is the bigger political reality heading into 2026. Washington is becoming increasingly divided between leaders focused on governing and politicians focused on performance politics. Every hearing now feels like a campaign commercial waiting to happen. From a conservative perspective, the real issue Americans care about is simple. Is the Pentagon focused on restoring military strength, rebuilding recruitment, modernizing readiness, and protecting America's interests abroad? That's the conversation voters actually want. Instead, these hearings often spiral into personality clashes designed to dominate social media for 24 hours. At the end of the day, viewers can judge for themselves whether Crow uncovered anything substantial or whether this was mostly political theater aimed at damaging Hegseth publicly. But one thing is undeniable: the tension inside Washington keeps escalating, and these confrontations are becoming more personal and more aggressive by the week. What do you think? Was Jason Crow asking legitimate oversight questions, or was this another politically motivated ambush designed for headlines? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more real political analysis without the corporate media filter, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this with someone following the latest Capitol Hill drama. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.